there now. It's a little, we need one more thing. Yeah. Yeah. Hello.
Hola.
Welcome. I'm Jackie, and this is
Waldo.
Waldo, and this is day 2 of your Stop Learning Salsa Steps and Start Packing Your Salsa Classes Challenge, day 2. So, good morning, married beginner salsa instructors. Guys, if you came out to day 2 to the Pack Your Salsa Classes Challenge, that obviously says a lot about you guys, okay? If you know people that should be here that are not here, you know a beginner salsa instructor that really needs to pack their classes, and all you see them doing is learning new steps, then you need to tag them. You need to bring them in here so they can get this amazing challenge for free. So yesterday, we discussed why it's super important to stop learning more salsa steps. If you're an instructor, a married beginner salsa instructor, you want to start your own salsa company or grow your own salsa business, you've got to stop learning salsa steps and start mastering basic business principles, okay? So today, we're going to tell you why you should not start or grow your salsa company. Real talk, okay? So yesterday, we talked to you about why it's really important to stop learning so many steps and start mastering business in order to grow your salsa company. Today, we're going to slow it down a bit and tell you why you shouldn't necessarily, maybe you're not ready to grow a real successful salsa company. But before we do that, let's do a quick check-in. Let's see who's here. We're doing a couple of different platforms, but definitely you're going to get the full shebang if you're in our private Facebook group. So how can they get to the private Facebook group where they're going to get bonuses today, questions and answer sessions, and much, much more? What can they do?
All right, guys. So I know it's not a perfect link, but you can see on the screen. But if you go to the chat, you should be able to click the link over there.
Yes.
That will take you directly to the Facebook group, where you're going to be able to ask questions, wherever you are concerned, or any you need extra help, you can ask us whatever to Waldo.
Yes. So even if you are not, this is your first time tuning in, you can get all the replays in the private Facebook group. You can get caught up. We're going to go over some details. We've got some bonuses planned at the end, so stick with us. Here we go. Okay, day 2. We have a couple of little bitty housekeeping rules that are going to get you ready, get you on board. We're going to recap, and then we're going to move forward. So if you want to see the replays, they're in the guides tab in our private Facebook group. The group's called Pack Your Salsa Class Challenge. And Waldo just talked to you about how to get that link in the chat. So here's the deal. Okay. This is a 5-day challenge. All right. You stuck with us through day 1. You're here for day 2. We encourage you to give these trainings your full attention, the full time, and your whole heart. If you are a married beginner salsa instructor, or maybe you're just looking to start or grow your salsa company, have more than 2 people in your class every single time, right? Can I get an amen? Then this challenge is for you. The other thing is take action and do all the assignments at the end. Do all the assignments because it's only going to benefit you. Respect our community guidelines. Please no pitching, dropping outside links. We want to provide a safe environment for everybody to feel welcome and to learn. So we want to make sure that we don't have all that extra links and spamming. You wouldn't do that to your family. So don't do that here with us. Okay. So Waldo's going to talk to you a little bit about the bonuses and how you can win a free 30-minute question and answer session with us to talk about all your specific needs for your salsa company.
All right, guys, the way you qualify is very simple, right? All you have to do is watch the 5 days of the challenge, either live or replay. That works either way. You have to do assignments, right? So every finish of the class, we do an assignment. So if you do it, all you have to do is go live in the Facebook group. So first, you have to join the Facebook group that you see on your screen.
So join the Facebook group.
Click in the link is in the chat, right? So it takes you directly to the Facebook group. Then when you are in the group, you have to make a live video, introduce to yourself, where you're from.
And answering some simple questions. Okay,
Yes.
That's it.
Yes.
All right, and we'll be in there ready to do a special Q&A bonus with each of you guys. We're super excited. So we're going to hit the ground running. Okay, yesterday we took all of the comments, all of the feedback we got from some different platforms, from our private Facebook group in our community, and we wanted to share with you guys some of the feedback that we were getting about our day 1 part of our challenge, Stop Learning Salsa Steps to Pack Your Salsa Classes challenge. Okay, so comment number 1. A lot of you guys said, I don't know how to start. I don't know how to grow a salsa company, but I'm interested. All right, guys, that's okay. All right, deciding that you're going to become a salsa company or that you're going to get on the path. All right, you're not there yet, guys, but the power is in the yet. You're not there yet. All right, you're going to become really clear on your mission as a salsa company owner, a successful salsa company owner with your partner. As long as you say today, yeah, I'm all in. I want to learn more. I'm interested. I'm ready to go from dancer and passionate dancer to beginner instructor to company owner, super successful. Don't have to have a 9-to-5 just to support it. Okay. Starting and growing a successful salsa company is an adventure. It takes a little bit of trust. It takes a little bit of faith. It takes some hard work. All right. But a good strategy, a good plan, some good mentors is all you need. That is all you need. You don't have to be a professional dancer. You don't have to spend a billion years groveling in teaching in crappy places with people that don't want to pay you, or doing all this promotion and one person show up for your class, right? Okay, if you're a salsa instructor, you know exactly what that feels like. So don't worry. If you're interested and you're ready to grow or start your salsa company, this is still the place for you. All right, another comment that we got yesterday is, how will I know when I'm ready to do this? So Waldo, how will they know when they're ready to actually start a salsa company?
So, great story that one of my mentors said, like 5 years old kid will be the hero of a 4 years old kid just by knowing how to tie the shoes. Right? Meaning, you don't have to learn 1,000 steps before you have to start teaching. Right? As long as you are 3 steps ahead of the person behind you, you're ready.
Okay, so that goes back to our title. All right, obviously, some people are going to be polarized by this, right? Like, stop learning salsa steps. What? I want to be an instructor. Okay, we're not saying don't know any salsa steps. What we're saying is, like Waldo said, you just have to be 1 step ahead. Okay, and to teach beginners, that's all you need. All right, let's keep going. So our next comment, if you're tuning in today and you're married, all right, beginner salsa instructors looking to maybe start or grow your company, you might be asking, how do I do this with my partner, with my spouse, so that this company really thrives? And guys, the key is going to be, we're going to talk about this in our challenge. We're going to talk about this in our 30-day coaching session, but communication and just being willing to have discussions about how to better for the common goal. The really cool thing about going in and starting a salsa company together with your partner is that you have a common goal to get excited about. Every day we sit down and we just get super excited about, woo, our goal, it's coming. And as a couple, as a team, not only has our salsa company saved our marriage, saved our relationship, saved our business, okay, but just working on something together as a team for a common goal is super amazing. All right. And you're going to find out what that feels like really soon. Not to mention, it's double the teamwork. It's double the brains. You already have your mastermind class right here, right? To help each other. And then finally, one of the comments that we got was, we're married beginner salsa instructor couple. We love our passion. We do this for fun, but we're still a little bit unsure. It seems really overwhelming to go and just start an amazing, successful salsa company. We don't have the time. We don't have this. We both have a 9-to-5 job. Slow down. It's okay, guys. You're taking the first step to be here in this challenge. You're looking, you're seeking mentorship, you're asking questions. We've been in this business, over 15 years together, all right? And so we're ready to give you all the knowledge we have so that you can go out and be an amazing salsa successful community and company for your city and grow as big as you want to. All right, so day 2. What are we gonna learn on day 2, honey?
All right, guys. So the way it works business, or the more easy way to do it, all right? So if you want to start a business, you want to grow a business, right? All the business in the world that are very successful today is that they're solving a problem.
Right.
For one person, right? It's for us, right? We solve the problem for ourselves, and now we're trying to solve the same problem for others, right? But in the end, it's the same problem, right? So a good salsa instructor, right? Or a good company owner, right? We know what kind of aware about the kind of problem they want to solve for a specific person, right? When you do that, then it will be easier for you to fulfill, right? And the good thing is that when you solve a problem for another person, right, they will be willing to pay you, right? Because they're going to be grateful, right, because you solve the problem, right? So you remember, you cannot solve the problems of everyone, right? So you're going to have to niche down to solve with just one person, right? You solve one problem.
Okay, so we've got just to make this a little bit more clear, okay, you have your problem. Here's your sad salsa student. They're very sad. They've got a problem. Maybe they come to you for a certain reason. All right. Maybe they're looking for to escape their busy work week. They're a professional. Maybe they're looking for community. Maybe they're looking to meet somebody. All right. And then once you know your salsa students so well, you can offer them something, design and sell them, offer something that solves their problem. Then guess what? Yay! Successful salsa company emerges. Okay. If you follow this very basic plan, guys, find the problem of my perfect salsa student. Well, you might be asking, well, Coach Jackie, what do you mean by perfect salsa student? We're going to get into that, because guess what? You cannot serve everyone. All right. Every single person that walks through that door in your salsa company that you're going to create is not your perfect student. And if you try like we did for 15 years, maybe 10 years, to try to please everyone, everyone's welcome, everyone can do it, everyone we want to teach, you will fail. You will fail. So we're going to talk about the perfect salsa student on Friday. It's going to be an amazing training. All right. But once you find out the specific problem of your specific perfect salsa student that you want to serve, you're going to offer them the solution. And then bam, the only place to go is to, oh, sorry, I was in the way, having a beautiful, wonderful, successful salsa company. All right. So if you don't know who would be your like perfect salsa student, everyone is my perfect salsa student. No. Everyone is not your perfect salsa student. Okay. Everyone can serve someone, but guys, you cannot serve everyone. I want y'all to write that down. Everyone can serve someone. Just think about that for a minute. We can serve. All right. But you cannot serve as a salsa instructor everyone. It is impossible. You're not going to be liked by everyone. All right. Someone's always going to have something. And the larger you grow, we're going to talk about that later in the session. All right. The more scrutiny, more eyes are going to be on you. So here's the guarantee. Okay. You are going to get real clear. You're going to get real certain about who your perfect salsa student is. Okay. Once you do that, it's going to directly affect how clear, how successful, how certain your salsa company will be. It's directly related. Okay, so hang on to that. We're going to come back to that. Okay, but you're going to grow your salsa company on purpose. So Waldo's going to tell you a little story about how this transformed our company, okay, and our perfect salsa student.
Yeah, you have to understand this. Most of the time when you try to serve everyone, you're going to attract everyone and at the same time problems, right? So it's easier when you actually serve somebody that you feel compelled, you feel like connect, right? So you feel like it's the same type of people, right? So when you do that, it's a lot easier. In the past, we used to have a lot of problems because we used to attract students. They used to complain all the time. They probably think they dance better than you, right? So many of those problems, they're not gonna be make for you to actually enjoy your job, right? But it's completely different now than when we apply the concept of the perfect salsa student, right? So it's so easy, right? You enjoy for us and for them, right? To be around of people that we are like alike, right? It that make it everything so easy, right? For both of us, right? The students are around students that are actually like them, right? And we serve people that like us, so we all like each other, so that we make what we're trying to do is a family.
Right. And this is, guys, this is a whole training that we're going to go in depth in our 30-day coaching plan. But the main idea of this, guys, and this might be a totally new concept to all of you instructors out there. Maybe you're like us for 10 years, you were doing the wrong thing. You were promoting to everyone. You were like, everybody, this is for you. Oh, hola, Alejandro.
Alejandro.
Okay. But this might be the first time that you've ever heard the concept of, no, you need to find your perfect customer. For Waldo and I, we have a name for our perfect customer. We know what they look like. We framed them up. All right. So we're going to go more in depth into this. But I want you to remember, guys, you cannot serve everyone. You'll be tired. You'll be burnt out. You'll be exhausted. You'll hate what you're doing because you're trying to please everyone. Right. When you find the problem of your certain perfect salsa student, you will be a successful salsa company once you solve their problem. Okay, so guys, give me a thumbs up, give me an emoji, give me some hearts, give me some fire if you really loved what you heard about your perfect salsa student. Okay, give me some love, whatever you guys need to do. Okay, because we're gonna get into it. We're gonna get ready for day two. So yesterday we discussed why you should stop learning salsa steps in order to pack your classes. All right.
Alejandro, esto es lo que vamos a hacer, Jackie y yo, y gracias a todos ustedes y muchísimas gracias. Ustedes nos están llevando a tener 100,000 seguidores en YouTube. So, a manera de agradecimiento, lo que vamos a hacer, le vamos a dar acceso a todos nuestros cursos en línea para las personas que quieran aprender a bailar. So, si quieres, solo tienes que ir a, déjame ver, ¿dónde lo puse aquí? Déjame, voy al sitio. So, te voy a poner el sitio aquí en la pantalla. So, para todas las personas que están viendo y que hablan español, los tutoriales en línea son, van a ser gratis, pero los van a recibir por correo. Pero para poder obtenerlos, tienen que ir a una página. Right? So, todo lo que tienen que hacer es darle un clic a en el chat. Right? So, a manera de agradecimiento, lo que vamos a hacer es, le vamos a dar la oportunidad de que pongan su correo electrónico en esa página y de esa manera van a recibir en correos diferentes. Cada correo va a llegar un tutorial completo. So, todos los videos que ustedes ven, de todos los pasos que ven que hemos hecho por ya casi 2 años que estamos haciendo esto, ustedes van a poder encontrar los tutoriales paso por paso cómo hacerlos todos, right? Pero van a llegar a su correo electrónico, so ve a esa página y ahí vas a recibir todo lo que tú quieras.
All right, back to our regularly scheduled program, okay? So, back to what we're talking about today. Yesterday, we discussed why you should stop learning, guys, as a new beginner salsa instructors, new steps. Okay, you should stop learning new steps, thinking that this is like how you're going to grow your salsa company. I've got to perform more. I've got to learn more steps. I've got to be the champion. But guys, we are going to give you some permission. Can I get your permission to like be a little bit real right now? Okay, we need your permission to do that because here's the deal. Like, here's the reality. We had to find this stuff out. Okay, we had to find this stuff out the hard way. So the question we want to ask you guys, before we get started on our journey, day 2, is are you willing and able to, are you wanting to go from just having like 1 or 2 small intimate classes, which is totally fine, okay, if that's how you like to do it. Some people like that style. Are you willing to go from that style, 1 or 2 people in a class, less than 10, to becoming a real, legal, money-making, successful community serving successful, salsa company? All right, going from less than 10 students to having a super profitable, super happy customer client, huge conversion rates, okay, booming, successful salsa company. Are you wanting, are you willing, are you able? So that's the question we have for you today, okay? We're gonna be going over today the requirements, like what is that gonna take? What would that even look like? You might be an advanced dancer, even just thinking about maybe possibly starting your own salsa company. You might be like, well, I don't even know what it takes, but I'm kind of looking around. I mean, it seems like fun, okay? So you might be asking yourself, what does it take? Okay, did you want to say something?
Yeah, let me respond this. Okay,
Commercial break.
Yeah. Alejandro, es súper sencillo y es gratis. Todo lo que tienes que hacer es vete a internet y vete a google.com, y todo lo que tienes que hacer es poner tu información ahí y es completamente gratis, no es difícil. So te vas ahí y estoy seguro que tienes porque estás en YouTube. So, para estar en YouTube necesitas tener un correo electrónico para poder tener un canal. So, si tienes un correo, puedes utilizar el correo electrónico. Todo lo que tienes que hacer es poner tu correo electrónico en esa página y eso es todo. El mismo que utilizas por YouTube y eso es todo. Okay,
back to our regularly scheduled program for our challenge. Love you, Alejandro, but we're going to have to get back to this, all right? So here's the deal, okay? There are some requirements. Like maybe you're thinking, maybe yesterday we challenged you to think about why you really should become a salsa company owner. Today, we're going to take a breath. We're going to take a moment and talk to you about the requirements. Like, what is this going to take, right? Am I ready? Am I willing? Am I able to do that? So Waldo's going to start talking to you guys about something really important. If you're thinking about being a boss company salsa instructor, you want to be successful, you want to pack your classes out, there's a couple of things that you're going to have to be and become and know. So take it away, honey. What are they going to have to
well,
do
guys,
first?
this is something that happened to everyone, all right? So basically, we always start with like when we are regular people. So
we're all regular people. There's me again. Yay!
This is Jackie. This is me.
Yay!
Love my Picasso. But then you venture in business, and then you find out that it's not that easy, right? But we looking for to become successful, right? In anything we do. In this case, in business. So this is Jackie here. Yeah, happy because now we successful.
Okay, I was happy before, but really happy now. So this might be you and your husband or your wife or partner. Maybe you met dancing. Maybe you're like, ooh, okay, this is really fun. But then reality hits, you get married maybe, and you're like, oh, wait, this isn't going to support our lifestyle. This is not, something fun can't possibly sustain a real company. We know as instructors, you all heard that before. And oftentimes even your students maybe don't think what you do is a real business. That's okay. That's okay. So what are they going to need, honey?
Yeah. So simple, everybody looking for or hope the line to go to success is like a straight line. Right? You can do things here, but in reality, all right. So what happens is like you go to a corner, how you said, you have to a learning curve.
Learning curve.
So you're not gonna go straight, right? So you're gonna start with problems. Like for us, we faced the crash of the economy in 2008. So what happened for the company that you are used to work at the time, lose all the students, right? So I have a job, but no students, right? So you don't make any money, right?
We know some of you guys can relate. Maybe you remember 2008. Maybe you didn't have anything to do with salsa yet, but you can remember the hard time. So when Waldo started it for his time first becoming an instructor, when 2008 crashed, we saw the same thing in pandemic. All right, we'll get to that in a minute. But, instructor with no students, not going to be super profitable, right? Doesn't matter how much talent you have.
Right. And Jackie our family crossed for really bad problems because Jackie started have a lot of health problems. Right? So you will see that in July, you're going to have 5 problems, right? This is how requirements to be a really good, successful company owner is to be able to like go through those giants, right? So because this was giant problems that have become alive, right? But we kill those lights, right? So we slay all the giants, right? To be able to get successful. But it was not until we met a guy called Russell Brunson and Tony Robbins.
Shout out to Tony Robbins, Russell Brunson, Gary Vee, some of our mentors.
When one of the easiest ways to get success in life is instead of trying to figure out by yourself, you find somebody that already did it, right? And then you ask her how you did it. And then he can give you some framework, some systems, and how you go up really easy. You just follow step by step, and then you get here where you want to be. Let's put it first place. Right? This is what we are right now, but we didn't do it by ourselves. Yes, we pay the price, right? Because it's a price to be a good Salsa Instructors owner company, right? But once you do that, you need a mentor. That's the easiest and fastest way to get to the top, right? That's how we do it. So what he did for us, he created a bridge.
Which is what we hope to do for you guys.
This is what we want to do. We want to create a bridge. So you don't have to go for all this that everybody who start a company have to go through it, right? So you can go easy to get where you want to be.
Right. And guys, I think like, you know, some of the best, most successful giants out there, not even talking about salsa, but just companies in general, all of them have mentors. All of them follow people that they want to be like and become and model their company after. I'll just be real with y'all, did not have it. We had to go down the hard path, right? We had to do this because we didn't necessarily have a mentor salsa company, if they can see that, honey. We didn't have a mentor salsa company, a coach to specifically be like, listen, we've been there. This is how you pack your classes out. This is what you need to actually be able to sustain a salsa company. So we hope to be able to, that this challenge will encourage you guys to keep going, finding a mentor, hopefully with us or someone else that can really lead you on a path to success. Because anybody that, you know, I know that's a salsa dancer or salsa instructor has a really incredible passion for people and for dance. They just don't have a lot of business background. And you could have all the experience, all the talent, have been a world champion and be broke because you don't understand some of the business principles. And it's not your fault and it's not their fault. Okay. It's the system. It's the system. We as artists don't go to school to be in the world of business, right? So we want to make it super simple for you guys. So one of the requirements, okay, that you're going to have to just kind of understand is that there is a path you have to go on, all right, to get your experiences. You don't have to go way down here with the monsters like we did, okay? Last year was the toughest year of my life. Had a lot of medical issue, okay? Probably the roughest point ever, but the best year ever for our company, okay? So while we were dealing with our monsters, we had a bridge of our own mentorship, which saved us, okay? In our company and the way that we facilitated that system. All right, so the second requirement, all right, in addition to finding and really attaching to a mentor, all right, is that you have to be willing to prepare and to work in private. You have to be able to do some tough preparation in private. All right, that's going to lead to your public celebration, your public success. But I would say 99% of the time, our students that come to us have no idea the amount that goes in behind the scenes of what we do. I think our students literally think we just show up for 1 hour and then go home and forget about it, right? So if you do it well, if you have a plan, it's super simple. It's super easy. But there are a lot of things behind the scenes that, you know, you do to maintain your company, right? That you need a system for, okay? That you're going to have to be willing to work quietly so you can have that public success. All right, so requirement, you're going to have to go on that journey, find that mentor. All right, you're going to have to be ready and willing to do the work, all right, to put in the work. This is not, oh, I dance salsa, I'm going to follow 1, 2, 3 and be super rich and famous. Like, that's not how it works. All right. But I know in our salsa community, Waldo, you know this too, there are some really wonderful, amazing, humble, passionate dancers and instructors that just don't understand certain things about business. And that's what's taking them out of the community. Okay. So we want to change that. We get real angry. We get real upset about seeing our fellow instructors, seeing our fellow married salsa instructors really struggle. All right. So that's why we're here today. Okay. We want to fix that and we want to give that to you guys.
Yeah. One of the requirements to actually have a good salsa company is that in order to grow successful your business, you have to stand up for the truth, right? You have to sacrifice that personal agenda that you have. It's many people that start to do this just because of the money or for another reasons. They don't really want to serve you when you really, really want to grow. Successful companies have to serve somebody. You have to have the desire to have the perfect salsa student. So I know you guys might don't know what a perfect salsa student is, but don't worry.
That's okay.
And Friday we want to teach you exactly what it is. You have to find it.
Right.
You always have to make sure you always be transparent and with everything you do in your business, because we see all the time that when you don't do that, if people find out your dark sides, right, your business is gonna go down.
Right. Let's say that you, for example, here's a basic example. Let's say you are charging $10 in your class, but then someone else finds out that you're giving 50 free tickets to your friends, right? Like you're just not being open, you're not being honest, you're not being transparent about how the company runs, all right? And the thing is like the truth is all you have. If you're wanting to go on the journey to actually making money out of your salsa company and being super successful, your truth, what you stand for, and your righteousness is really all you have. Somebody really wise once said the most powerful person in the room has absolutely nothing to hide. Like, this is our company, this is how it works, this is what we have to do, this is why we're doing it, and being open and honest about that without having some sort of personal other hidden agendas. Oh, I'm an instructor because I just want to meet the girls, or I'm just over here because I want to do X, Y, and Z, or make the money. That is never going to work. You may find small successes, but you will never be a striving, successful salsa company if you have your own personal agendas that are not for the good of the whole, for the good of that perfect salsa student, okay? And we are going to talk about humility, right? Humility is being okay, all right, with protecting your own heart. The most successful salsa dancers and companies we've ever met, all the champions, all the ones that actually have successful businesses, they are literally the most humble people we have ever met. Is that right? Like, yes. I cannot tell you.
There are people that are willing to learn from others.
That's right. That's right. Just like you're here and you're willing to learn from somebody that's been doing it forever and been successful. Okay. With over 100,000 subscribers that we have on our YouTube channel, over 100,000 on TikTok, booming on social media. All right. In our own city, the #1 salsa company for years. Went through 2008 pandemic and blossomed. Okay. I would say 10x our business in a matter of months. So we know it's possible because of our own social proof. All right. And we want to be able to help you guys. So what are some of the other things that are going to be a requirement? The other thing, guys, is that you have to be unoffendable. You're like, unoffendable? Like, what is that? You guys have to be really quick to forgive. All right. You have to have a healed heart. Okay. If you've got heart wounds are like things that old traumas, old things in the past, they're going to create what we call like blind spots in your mind. And when it comes, it's going to knock you out. Okay. So on one hand, don't be so offended by everything. Student says something to you, or, oh, I need to quit, or, oh, you did this to me. Whatever it is, don't be offended. Forget.
Take it personal.
Don't take it personal. That's a really hard lesson. I know a lot of my salsa instructor friends that are listening and tuning in right now. You guys can relate. Like, you want to take everything to heart. But the reason we do that is because we don't know how to just be quick to forgive. And we might have some heart wounds. Okay. We might have a heart wound. We might have a past trauma. We got to work all that out. We got to have self-love. All right. And finally, okay, one of my favorites, aside from dealing with your own heart wound, is that, guys, it's okay to be different. right? Like you might be out there trying to be like this salsa company, trying to be like that dancer, trying to model after. But the bottom line is some of the differences that we have, just being different as married salsa instructors, doing this for so long, all right, that's what people love about us, okay? They love the differences. So we are going to give you some full permission right now, all right? Waldo, give them that full permission that they might need.
Sometimes we need to somebody that don't know us to give a permission to actually be ourselves. That's okay. The biggest problems in the dance community is that everybody wants to be somebody else. You might see a world salsa champion that dance super well. I want to be Francisco Vasquez. I want to be
Karen
and Ricardo,
Tatiana, and all the wonderfuls.
Yeah. But the thing is, like, no matter how many steps you learn from them, you're never going to be them. Right?
Never.
The best ways that you're going to be successful is to be authentic. Be yourself. You are enough to serve others. That's all you need.
And
right?
you are enough. You have enough. You're smart enough to be able to grow a super profitable salsa company, which is what I know you guys want. You want to live in your passion. You want to do something you actually enjoy, right?
Yeah.
All right. So moving forward, there's a couple of other requirements. All right. Some of you guys, I know you're taking notes. Okay. We're going to have all of this in the guide section of our Facebook groups. You can go back, rewatch. You can take notes, whatever you need to do. All right. So make sure that you're joining that private Facebook group that Waldo put the link in the chat. But here's a couple of other things. Like if you're thinking like, yeah, I think it'd be really awesome and cool for us to start this salsa company together. You have to have, this is really important, a servant leadership. Okay. And something to remember, guys, is that we are leaders of our salsa company. We are there to serve our salsa students. We're not there to serve all salsa students. We're there to serve our perfect customer that we have created, that we have marketed to, that shows up, that we love to teach. Okay. We are the leaders of our community that we've created. The students in that community do not serve us, the instructors.
Right.
Okay. We serve them. Right. But in order to do that and not burn out, they've got to be the ones we want there. Right. The perfect customer. All right. So this only works when you have the perfect salsa student. Again, you got to stay for our training on Friday. We're going to talk about how to find your perfect customer. Okay. But you got to have a servant heart. Next, you got to have some balance. So honey, talk to them about like balance. And sometimes I hate that word because everybody uses it, but yeah, it's true. If you want to run a salsa company, you want to pack your classes, you got to have balance.
Yes. One of the best ways to have a really good balance is like meet the needs of your students, right? So that way, the student's gonna help you so that at the same time to meet your needs, right? That's the only way you're gonna have cover yourself, all right? Because you don't want to work for free, all right? But some students, you're gonna really, really need you, especially since you're perfect as a student, right? How we did that? Because we was the perfect as a student with somebody else.
Right.
That's how we learned this, right? So it's very important to have balance in life, right? And one of the best ways to have balance is to remove the stress in your life. And you can do that by working for the right person.
Right. Right. And again, I cannot stress this enough, guys. When you're working for the wrong type of students, you won't be happy. Yeah. You won't be happy because they'll want something from you that you can't provide and that you're not happy providing. All right. Mm-hmm. And you'll be overworked and stressed out. Okay. So again, training coming soon. Some other things to consider, guys. There's this thing that I love. I'm going to erase this for a second if you don't mind.
That's okay.
All right. There's this idea of leadership out there that I think you guys can connect with. Right? There's this idea between what a real leader does, and then you have over here your positional. I'll get out of the way too. Your positional leader. So if I'm a real leader, okay, I have real social proof that what I'm saying works. For us, obviously, that would be our successful salsa company, our social media influence power, all the stories and reviews. Okay. We have some real power and authority. Okay. People trust us. Okay. To tell them, like, not only what they need to be, a dancer, right? But like they trust that what we say is truth and transparent. And we're actually doing what we preach. We're not just standing up here giving free challenges for fun. I mean, it is fun, but we have such a desire and a passion to change the status quo that says that you have to be X, Y, and Z to have a super profitable salsa company, which is just not true, right? So we want to be a leader in that. We want you to see us. That's how we're seen with power and authority. We've had the experience and you trust us, okay? Versus what we call a positional leader. And you guys all know who they are, all right? They have the title, okay? But they are not actually the real leader, okay? You guys know what I'm talking about, right? Like maybe you're at work and you work for a boss, but when you have certain questions or you really need some help, you go to somebody else. Like they're actually the real leader. They have a servant heart, whoever that other coworker is or whoever that person is, right? Whoever you go to solve your problems is the leader, the real leader. Positional leader, we don't want to be that. We don't want to be a title. We want to be the thing that we're preaching. We want to become it. Okay. And so for you guys as married beginner salsa instructors, all right, you're going to have to become what you preach. You're going to have to make sure you get those stories, that you go through those examples, all right, and that you're actually solving problems for customers, okay, for the people that come. All right. So we're going to go through some final requirements. Go ahead, honey, and start with those.
Yeah, all the requirements is like, actually, you have to be the best sample for your salsa tribe.
Yeah.
You have to lead by example. That's one of the best ways. Instead to try to tell people what to do, you be yourself, so that way you can inspire others to be like you. So you got to live what you preach. Right? Or some people call it like you have to drink your own Kool-Aid. So that's one of the best ways to actually show people how they should be in life, right? And then that's going to attract a lot of people to you. That's going to make your business be successful. That's what leaders are. But you're going to get that by being a really good follower first, right? You be able to open to learn even when you are a leader. Right?
Now, keep in mind, guys, when you start actually using some of these principles that we're teaching you, living what you preach, being a real leader, stopping learning steps, and actually learning some business principles that we're going to give to you in a framework, finding your perfect customer. When you start doing all of those things, guess what's going to happen? You're going to have increased scrutiny. People are going to come out of the woodwork and be polarized, right? Just like some people were when we slapped this title up here, like stop learning salsa steps, right? So there are going to be people that really love you because you're coming out and being real, you're being transparent, you're being authentic. And then there's going to be people that are instantly like feel attacked and that have to scrutinize everything you do. That just comes with the territory. So if you're ready and you're willing to be that real leader for a salsa company, this is going to be a great experience. You're going to learn so much, but just keep in mind that it's not going to be necessarily this, yellow brick road. People are going to scrutinize what you do, and you have to be secure in your desire of what you want, in your truth and your transparency, or it's going to get to you. It's going to be that punch that you don't see coming, right? That wounded heart. Okay, so you got to fix that. You got to get right with yourself, get right with your partner. Yeah. All right. The other thing is you're going to need to be committed to what you believe. These are the things that we believe as a salsa dance company. These are non-negotiables. We will do this and we will not do that. Okay, there might be some tough decisions. We've had to let some people go that have worked for us. We've had to say, no, we don't serve that type of student. We've had to, here's a great example. In the past, we have gone to different style memberships. And we're going to talk a lot about memberships if you join us for our mentorship program. All right. But the idea of having a membership, and anytime you change anything or your company changes something, there's going to be people that just do not agree with it. They don't agree with what you're doing. And that's okay. You might need to make some tough decisions about, you know what? These are the things that we're changing. These are the things that were non-negotiables. All right. And some people will leave. That's okay. That doesn't mean they hate you. That doesn't mean, some people might say they hate you. Okay.
But don't take it personal.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So what are some final requirements before we end our session for today?
Remember, you won't please everyone. We are not perfect. So that's okay. Now, the more important lesson that I learned from our mentors is that do not try to be a savior.
You're not Jesus Christ or Allah or the universe. You're not their savior. What are they, honey?
Yeah, because remember this, saviors always get crucified. Right? So at some point you're gonna do something that they don't like it. They're gonna crucify in social media and whatever they are. They're gonna talk bad about you. Right?
Yep.
That's when that happens when you're trying to be the savior of people. You don't do that. Right? You have to just listen. Right? And then you're gonna be okay.
So you're gonna be what we like to call a real leader with real truths, not a savior.
Yeah.
And that again goes back to like, you're not trying to lead everyone. You're not trying to save everyone. All right. You get to choose as Salsa Company owners who you want to serve.
Right.
Right. And that's the cool part. All right. There's going to be complainers. There's going to be haters. You're going to make mistakes. All right. When you do make a mistake, all right, in a company that grows to scale, you got to own up to it. You got to fix it. You got to be like, you know what? Maybe you hurt someone's feelings in your company, whether it's intentional or not. Own up to it. Here's how I'm going to fix it. All right. Let's, if they're your perfect student, you don't want to lose them. You fix that issue. Yeah. And then you offer grace to others. And because when you offer grace, when you forgive like that, you know what? It comes back to you at some point. It always comes back. So I know that was a lot, guys. It was a lot to throw at you. Remember, you can always go back and watch the replays. I know a lot of y'all have been commenting and tuning in. What we're going to do is we're going to have your bonus session. There's going to be a bonus question and answer like, hey, this is interesting to me. Like, hey, how did you guys do X, Y, and Z? All right. So here's what you have to do to be able to get the bonus session. Okay. First thing you have to do is go to the private Facebook group. You got to go to the private Facebook group. All right. And you have to log in. You have to join. That tells us like, oh, I'm really interested. Like I'm thinking about growing my salsa company. I want to pack my classes. I want to stop learning salsa steps and focus on some of those business principles that are going to take me to the moon. Okay. So you're going to go to the free Facebook group and do a live. Okay. You got to do a short live answering this question. What was one lesson that you saw mentioned today that you guys are ready and willing to pay the price to start growing your salsa company? Okay, tell me why. Yes, no, why? All right, so what's one thing that you found was interesting, that you noticed, that you learned, that you're now willing to go and be like, I'm interested in this. I'd like to do something. I'd like to start. I'd like to grow. All right, if you're already doing something well, what are you guys doing to grow? What could you share that might help somebody else? Okay, so go ahead, do your live in the Facebook group. Go ahead and join us. We're going to be over there chatting for 30 minutes with a live Q&A. And over the next 3 days, guys, we're going to show you, we're going to teach you, we're going to take you on a journey of transformation. Remember, we're not here trying to inspire. We're not Tony Robbins. We can't jump off couches and like, he's amazing. But we are actually here to do a different type of transformation so that you guys can start to grow and have a profitable, successful, passionate salsa company where you're happy to go to work, where you don't need that 9 to 5 just to supplement what you like to do. Okay, I promise it's worth it. All right, but to go from positional to a real leader, you got to step on the journey. You got to take the first step, and that's to join the private Facebook group. Get in there, start learning today. And tomorrow we'll be back here for day 3.
All right, guys. So just remember this, all right? You cannot, right now you are not successful. You're not going to get success by being the same person. You have to transform in something that actually can take care of that. Because if you don't transform yourself, it's not going to work. All right?
Right.
So, all right, guys. I hope you guys learned a lot. All right. Please go to this Facebook group. The link is in the chat. Just click it. It's going to take you to Facebook directly. And we see you tomorrow.
Bye, guys.
Bye.